Welcome to another 3-minute takeaway. A little bit of a different setup today, but we're trying some new things, and I'm excited to try these with you today with the same leadership mug. Going through the same group of topics in here. Let's pull us out one and talk through it together. How to make your vision stick with your team. How to make your vision stick with your team. Okay, I got some thoughts on this. Start our timer, 3 minutes going. How to make your vision stick. All right, step one is you got to have a vision. You got to have something that you are passionate about, that you are excited about. And vision is, where are you going? Where are you going? And they're asking, where are you taking me? Right? Where are we all going together? So number one is you got to have a vision. Number two is you got to communicate that vision. You got to communicate it. Sometimes it's going to stick right away because everybody's excited about heading in that direction. Big milestone, a season that has everybody excited. Sometimes it'll stick right away. Sometimes you're going to have to be diligent and consistent in presenting that vision over and over and over again. So here's what I would say with being consistent, because that's the part you can control. You can't control everyone's excitement level, but you can control being consistent in how you champion the vision, how you get everybody rallied around it. So here's what I want you to think about. How are you communicating the vision? Are you saying 5 things different ways? Are you saying this over here, and then a little bit of this over here, and a little bit of this over here, and hoping that people get it? Or, a better way to do it, are you saying one thing 5 different ways? One thing 5 different ways. Not 5 different things. One thing. You get that vision. And when you get the vision, what you want to focus on is the benefit for everybody. What's the benefit if we get to it? You can even add a little bit of the consequence in there. What happens if we don't achieve this vision? But once you have the benefit and you have the consequences and you've outlined those into your vision, what's the one central message you're trying to communicate? You want to make this stick? You got to make it memorable. So you got to think of what's the one central message that I want to communicate. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it to the point. And then now you have your central message. You're going to say it 5 different ways. This might be putting it on the wall somewhere, on poster board in the organization. This might be putting it in an email signature or in the email campaign or in your Slack group or bringing it up and discussing it at the company event. You're thinking of 5 different ways that you can say and show this vision to everybody on the team. Because what's going to happen is it's going to start sticking with them, even if they don't want it to. Let me give you, I don't have enough time for this full example, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. There are some artists that my wife loves that I do not like to listen to. Okay, I'm going to give you one. Don't hate me. Listen, this isn't a reason to hit unsubscribe, but I'm not a huge Taylor Swift fan. My wife is. I am not. But about a year and a half ago, I bought her a record player. And the record player was I bought her Taylor Swift album. Once I found out how much records, knew that was going to go off. Once I figured out how much records cost, I said, all right, you're getting one. So I picked her favorite Taylor Swift album and I gave it to her for Christmas. And I thought, we would listen to these records on special occasion. We would have friends over and we'd pull it out and we'd put it in the retro record player and play it. But when I bought it for Christmas, my kids got a hold of the record and they started playing it nonstop. And remember, I only bought one record. So I'm hearing these songs over and over and over again. And again, she's not my favorite artist. But all of a sudden I realized I know all the words. I know all the words to this album. And I didn't want to. Why? Because things stick with repetition. So I want you to think, how does that play into your vision right now? Where are you going? How can you come up with a central message? And how can you say that central message 5 ways to make your vision stick? Hope that helps. There's your almost 4-minute takeaway. Have a great rest of the day.